Well, hello there. Welcome to SkyTour LiveStream for this wonderful day, which is April 8th, 2020. We are looking at Comet Y4. This is Atlas Y4. And Atlas is the name of the telescope system that actually found this. It's a comet hunting system. And it's pretty cool because tonight the comet actually shows us a tail that goes this way and a tail that goes this way. Now, why do comets have two tails? Well, we'll find out in a little while. It's a tail of two... Well, it's the cometary tail of two tails, and that's kind of cool. This is a photo we just took. I have Daryl with me. Daryl, how's it going, man?
Oh, it goes. I'm still sick, but hopefully getting better.
Now, talk about dedication.
I'm sorry.
Talk about dedication, right?
Yeah.
You come out here and you join us for this. Hey, you know what, though? Some people are quarantined or whatever, when we get through this madness. But you know what? It's all right because we have this here. We have SkyTour LiveStream to help us through this and give us some fun. So
there you go.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm glad you could join me. Thanks, Daryl.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how long I last tonight.
Well, actually, you're probably going to last longer than our skies. Our skies are rapidly clouding up, guys, and I actually should turn on the all sky cam, which I'm going to do, guys. So I'm going to minimize everything. That's the actual live sky view, so you can see the comet is actually right about here in the sky. It's not visible to the eye yet. It might be visible in a pair of binoculars, but not yet. Let me turn on the all sky camera here. This guy right here, and I'm going to set it up to run so you'll see the image when it comes up. Camera has been found as expected, and then I will set the parameters that I need to set to get this to work. And then in the morning I will take this and put it all together into a movie, which I do with every night I run it. Okay. So we're going to do a 45-second exposure here and say take photos, and it's off and running. So we'll come back to that to see what we got in just a few seconds. Here is where our telescope is pointing in the sky. Now that may not help you much, but this would help you. When you always look down here, you can see this is the Ursa Major, the Great Bear. And within the Great Bear, we have an asterism, which is a pattern of stars that's recognizable. And that's this pattern right here. We have this pattern right here. There's the handle and the ladle of the Big Dipper. All right. And the comet is right here right now. And this is the Little Dipper right up here. Let me get rid of all these things. This is the Little Dipper right here. All right. And we have the ladle and handle of the Big Dipper here. So you can see that you draw lines through to get to the North Star. You draw these lines through the two end stars. And you get to the North Star. And if you were to do that and then look to the right, almost directly between the two and then to the right, that's where the comet will be. You can see in this image, you can see these are the clouds that are heading for us, and we don't like those, but that's in the west. That's the western sky, and we're looking actually over here. So we will look for as long as we can tonight, guys, and there's some clouds coming from behind the house here. But not to worry, we will do our best. So that is going to give us a wonderful view tonight of the sky. We'll actually have some fun. All right, so we're looking at, again, Comet Atlas Y4. And if you're interested in cometary information, the comet right now is literally as far from us as the sun is from us. It's 1 astronomical unit away from us right now. And it's going to get about 73 or 72 million miles from us. And then after that, it's going to get farther away again. All right. But it's really quite an interesting comet. It takes the light from the comet 8 minutes to get here, just like that from the sun, because it's an astronomical unit from us. Okay. And in kilometers, the distance is 152 million almost 152 million and a half kilometers from us. Daryl, you see this, right?
I do.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I had to share screens with Daryl so that he can help me on this and be in real time with me. So, so we have a lot going on, and the comet's gonna be, I guess, when it finally circles the sun somewhere in late May. Then we'll see how it looks. It may be disappointing. There's actually predictions that and actually indications that it's breaking up. And for those of you that might have been with us last time, you might remember that we captured an image of the comet that seemed to indicate it was breaking up. And this is the comet tonight, and we're using a special filter to look at it. So there's the comet right now, and you can see the head of the comet right here, the nucleus. This part here is called the coma, all right, and it has a greenish tint, and then there's a tail which goes this way. And there's a tail that looks like it's heading off this way as well, but it might actually be a little bit more of a fan shape. Daryl said it looks like more of a fan shape tonight, and it does. It really does. But let's take some more pictures of it. Okay, and as far as the camera is taking pictures through right now what's called a UHC S filter. It is a somewhat of a narrow band filter. We're only allowing specific elements of the light to come in so that we can see a little bit better what we're looking at. And I do have another way to view it. We can I'm going to roll through the wheel. This is a spectral wheel. And by the way, I have another spectral system coming in a couple of weeks. It'll be here. And it's going to allow us to see some really, really nice details in some of these objects. Okay, this is now a white light view, all right? And the moon is up already, but so we're going to see some sky glow in here. But I'm going to go down to 25 seconds at 20,000 sensitivity here. And this should give us a little better idea of what we're going to be looking at here. All right. Oh, what's that? Yeehaw. Not sure I like that. Okay, something happened there. Okay, wow. So much for that. Okay, so I have to
Welcome to live.
Yeah, welcome to live. Yeah, hey, these are all stars. Not at all. I'm gonna have to see what I can do. But let me see if I get into this. Is that gonna change anything?
It's an alien fleet. They're coming right for us.
Yeah, they're coming right for us. Yeah, I can see that I'm suffering an issue out in the observatory. Isn't that great? Just what I need. All right. Well, this could happen if I was there. So, well, let's see here. I should draw my name. It's like, I don't know, peeing in the snow. All right, you know what I'm gonna do, Daryl? I'm gonna run out to the observatory and head this off at the pass there. Okay.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
I will try to entertain the people. Hello, exactly. Tim. Hello, everybody. In case you missed it, the super moon last night was beautiful here in Colorado. We had a sunny, warm day, and humidity was in single digits. Beautiful night last night. The moon rose, and to me, I thought it really did look a little bigger than usual. I watched it a bunch of times through the course of the night. I was basically up all night again. Went out and looked at it a bunch and looked at other things, and it looked a little bigger than usual, and it certainly looked brighter than usual. I mean, it just lit up like daylight here. You could see colors and everything in the moonlight. It was really pretty. Oh, and the moon is now, of course, one day past full. It's still going to be really bright, and it's washing out Mark's sky quite a bit. Hello, Daisy and Zoe. Daisy and Zoe, you bring up a good point there. The pink moon. A lot of people were under the misapprehension that the moon was actually going to look pink last night. Every full moon of the year, every month, has a name, and the so-called pink moon is just one of the names for the April moon. Supposedly named after one of the early blooming flowers. phlox, I believe it's called, Phlox. Pink flowers, so they call it the pink moon. You might have seen a pink moon if you caught it right when it rose. Otherwise, it was just, a bright white color. But it was pretty nonetheless. And watching it over the course of the evening, the full moon was in Virgo last night. It was right above the star Spica, the brightest star in Virgo. And over the course of the evening, you could see the moon's orbital motion around the Earth because it was moving from west to east slowly over the course of the night. When I first saw it, it was right above it, and then by early this morning, it was noticeably to the left of where it had been when you were facing south. But it was all really pretty. Hello, Cypher. I think I hear Mark.
Yes, I'm back, but I'm not. May not be staying in here. I may have to run back out. Sorry about this, guys. I'm trying to get this back.
The alien fleet has put up their cloaking device.
The alien fleet is no longer here.
Wow.
Okay, let's see. Okay. Aha, here we go. Okay. I was successful so far. Okay. So now, I should have everything up and running here already. That's our view there. Okay, this is our view here, and remote should be up. Yep, that's right. Give me that. We got that. Yay, okay. Now, see? Actually, it turns out it didn't have to go out there at all. I could have done this all from here, and I didn't, so. All right. We are in, I believe, white light right now. Let's check. If you look down here, you see the filter wheel. You can't see that right now. Let me show you. Okay. Down here under the filter wheel, here you see we're on 5. Filter wheel 5 is a filter that is open. There's an open hole, so we're just looking through an open hole. All right, so let's do this 25 second at 20,000, like I said. All right, and now we're doing that. And that photo should give us another view of in white light. Okay, now we can't see yet what it's looking like. Let's go see what our night sky is looking like here. Yeah.
May I answer Benjamin real quick?
Yeah, I didn't even see that. I still have to say hi to everybody. I haven't even said hi. But go ahead.
Benjamin, last I saw, the comet was estimated to be at 8th magnitude, which should be plenty for 70 millimeter aperture binoculars. However, you are dealing with bright moonlight again tonight and last night, of course.
As you can see.
Which would certainly degrade what you could see if you could see it at all. Yeah. If it's still around in a couple of weeks, during the dark of the moon, you may well see it. If it's still here, which Mark may talk about in a little while.
Yeah, this is, so what we're looking at right here, Benjamin and everybody else, this is the comet in white light. In other words, this is what it would look like if you just took your telescope and just took a straight picture of the sky in the direction of the comet. You'd actually see it, all right? But what I'd like to do is to show you what it looks like when you take a picture with special filters that can make it easier to see. And to do that, we have in the observatory, we've actually installed a filter wheel system that allows us to view the different, and if you look down in here, you can't really see it, but I'm going to let me turn on the infrared. Okay, so now you'll be able to see a little better when it comes on. And you'll see that the telescope, the wheel's hidden behind the telescope, you can't see it. Oh, never mind. I'm striking out on that, sorry. Anyway, I just want to, first of all, let me just say hello to you guys. I thank you for joining us on the Comet Atlas live stream. And I want to say hi to Marco, and I want to say hi to Justin T. Hey, man, how you doing? Jenny Jones, welcome. And Tara is here. Hello, Tara. So nice to see you. Benjamin, thank you for coming out. Rockstar is here. Great to see you, man. And Gabrielle is here. And that's the only ones so far that have said it. Oh, Tim F is here too. That's good. I'm glad to see you here as well. Daisy and Zoe and Cypher 2. It's so nice of you to join us tonight. Andy Morrow. Yeah, that's really cool. Thoughts? The thought.
Through the eyes of a child.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, through. Yeah. And Through Eyes of a Child is here. And Jax, hello. Yeah, so we are looking at Comet Atlas, which I shall show you here in a moment. I believe that we shall take this picture. All right, 25 seconds at 20,000. Oh, did I not? I don't think I changed the filter. But you know what? Yes, I'm on 5, but you know what I can do? I can change it while it's taking the picture. Tee-hee-hee. And we'll get a picture that's actually a mix of the two. Okay, so now we have our semi-narrowband filter along with some white light shot that we took. And let's see what that did. It's probably going to be really messy.
Hello, Kathy. Yeah, that was a happy accident you learned the other night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gee, just think how much exposure time you'll save.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Let me start this picture again now that we actually have the right filter that we want. All right, and it is filter number 2. That particular slot has what we need. And we're going to go up to a 1-minute photo here. And 25,600. And off we go. And now let's go back to our view here. Now this is where I want to take us. Okay. Now in this white light photo, you can see a beautiful star field. And you can actually see very well, and it's actually very well placed, you can actually see the comet's green color here. All right. And you can see this tail. And you can see a fan also. It appears that there is a distinction between a ion tail and a dust tail of this comet. And I'm thinking that the ion tail is here, but I'm not sure. It could be the dust tail. The ion tail could still be over here. Hello, Kathy Pernisek. How are you? And so it might be that. And hey, Stacy Johnson. So this is the Corona Comet, I guess. You might want to call it that, I guess. Welcome to the Corona Comet stream. Can you imagine if there was a comet named Corona?
There probably will be.
I imagine there will be. Okay, so this is a 1-minute shot through that filter, and you can see the blue here. This is the moonlight interfering with us, but we can still see some subtle details in here. Now, as far as our night sky, it's really kind of a not so good a night. You can see some clouds here. This is on the western and southwestern horizon. But we also have a hazy sets of clouds over here, and we're shooting right through those to see the comet. So the views are not exceptional tonight. But I didn't want to deprive you of seeing the comet right now because this is a fairly clear night, reasonably clear night. So we'll keep tabs on that, and we will keep going and see what we get. Let me make sure that I'm up and running here with all this stuff. I think I am. All right. Yeah, so that's what we got. Now, if we can actually do something else too. Let's actually go and go back a slot to our number 1 position. And this is a full narrowband filter. It's called a quad band filter. Now, what is that? Well, you know, when you look at sunlight, you see a spectrum. You see everything red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Well, if you only take certain elements of that light spectrum, then you can actually see more detail. Now, this may not, the the ISO, that is to say, the sensitivity probably needs to be pumped up for this, because I'm only taking 1 minute shots. I would probably take 5 minute shots, 6 minute shots at a lower ISO with this filter, because this filter really is darkening a lot. Remember how many stars we could see earlier when we're just looking straight out? And if we were to do that, okay, and if I look through just nothing, look how many stars there are. Okay, but if I roll in this really, really narrow band filter, all these stars go away, and we just see a tiny bit of this brighter star. But now let's do a 1 minute shot at 40,000 ISO and see what the sky looks like. You'll notice that the sky is going to be darker because it actually is blocking out the bluish moonlight. And that's what this filter does. It's not just for moonlight. It's actually blocking out a lot of the extraneous light that we don't want to see. But unfortunately, the comets are reflecting sort of that you'll see lines in a comet spectrum, but they're reflecting a lot of the broadband stuff back at you too. So it's going to be dimmer than typical. But because tonight is a okay night, not a perfect night, I couldn't sit back and just not do this. I mean, I'm looking forward to. I want to see this. Hey, all seeing activity. Yes, we are Earth inhabitants. Thank you. Thank you. And I also want to thank the people that subscribed recently to SkyTour LiveStream. We actually went up by like 30 subscribers in the last... we had clouds. Yeah. Yeah, so... Yeah, so you'll see the skies, you see a lot more contrast between this. I know to the untrained eye, this doesn't look all that good, all right, but this noise you see in here, you see noise, all these speckles, these are noise, and we can get rid of that. This filter is showing us the elements of the comet's body that actually are giving off the light that the narrow band filter lets through, and thus they're always going to be reduced. But what you do is you combine these with the other ones, the white light ones and the other filters, and you end up with a much better view and a much better representation. So it's pretty cool. Hey, D. Smith. So I'm going to come back now, and we're going to go and do take a filter number 2. Check our sky. Ugh, look at that. See how fast it moves? Yep. We're looking here right now. So we may have a couple more photos before we have been destroyed for the evening. I hate that when this happens, Let's do 1 minute on this other filter. So you guys, I just want to tell you, I appreciate you guys coming out. I've actually been working on the observatory in Arizona from a distance. I think I might have told you that we did purchase the building, and it's going to be built on site. It's going to be like 11 foot by 11 foot square with a roll-off roof that we've talked about. We've made the roof is going to be made of metal because this will combat brush fires out there. If there's a brush fire, then burning embers will settle onto the roof and not cause any problems. It's actually, there's nothing around the building that is going to be on the ground catching fire. It'll only be the roof. So the roof is not going to be affected at all. So it's quite nice. We're also, I designed a pier to put the new telescope on. And actually the telescope that we're bringing out there is this one here that you're seeing the views from. And then we're going to get another one just like this one for SkyTour East here. So there you go. So this is now with that filter number 2, you can see the green of this, and we're looking through clouds. You can see this banding. We've got some high clouds now over the area, and we're looking right. Where are we looking? We're looking right. There's the Big Dipper right there. So we're looking there. We're looking about here. Or are we? Yes, we're looking right about here. So we've got some light clouds in this area right here. You can see the Big Dipper right here. There's the tail of the Big Dipper. Here's the bowl of the Big Dipper. That's the North Star. I can probably bring that up a little better. Let me see if I can do that. That's not what I want to do. Let's see here. Okay, I'm just trying to get this to look a little better here. Wait a minute. Let's do this guy. I think this is the one I want. Okay. Yeah, this is the one. And it's just you just set the levels. Yeah, so now it's fire and forget. It's going to take all these pictures and it's going to apply the processing that you see to this image. It's going to apply. You can see the stars better now. You can see the Big Dipper much clearer, and the North Star, and the Comet's going to be right here. Now you'll notice the Comet doesn't show up here because it's not really bright enough to show up here. All right, you can see how it took 1 minute to get this shot. Okay, so the fact of the matter too is there's the Comet's fragmenting, and those of you that were here last time when we were looking at the Comet, I think you were here maybe, and Daryl saw this when he was in the chat. I noticed that the Comet seemed to be fragmenting and breaking apart, and I noticed a couple of shots where the Comet had a distinctive second piece in the nucleus at one point. And now they're saying that the Comet is indeed fragmenting. So I think that we may have discovered that, not along with other people, of course. So that's what's happening. So Charles, this is the Comet right here. You're looking at it. It's 1 astronomical unit from us right now. So the light still takes about 8 minutes, the same distance as the sun from us. And it's going to be as close to us as about 72 million miles. And then it's going to continue toward the sun, where it's going to be closest to the sun. I think it's May 23rd, right, Daryl?
Sometime in May, yeah. I forget when exactly. Yeah. If it's still around by then.
Yeah. Yeah, and Kathy's, she remembers that, yeah. Yeah, so this is 1 minute there for that. I'm going to try with this filter. Now, again, we got the moon is causing a few problems. I'm going to drop this down to, let's see. I'm going to drop this to 20,000 for a minute and see if we can get a little bit better detail. What do we got? Oh, crap. We are actually right looking. This is the latest view. Unfortunately, right there is where we're looking. So these clouds are going to probably ruin this photo. Yeah. You know what? I don't care. I mean, it took me 20 minutes to get the... now we're definitely looking at clouds. It took me 20 minutes to get the observatory up and running, but you know what? If I could get you guys just a few minute view of the Comet, I'm happy. Let's see what we get here. Let's see just how bad it's going to be if we didn't already see it.
May I answer Charles real quick?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Charles. In fact, it was Comet Borisov, that second alien object that they detected coming into and then passing out of the solar system.
That's right.
They say it's breaking up now also.
Yep. You can see the banding here. And the Comet is barely visible right there because of the clouds. So that's interesting, too. Yeah, Benjamin, Comet Atlas Y4. And I say Y4 because Y4 is actually its name. Atlas is the instrument that found it. And there's a bunch of Atlas comets, okay? There's Atlas, I think, Y3 and other designations, too, because it really means asteroid terrestrial... what's the rest of it? Asteroid terrestrial it's basically looking for impactors, possible impact objects that may strike us. I mean, the acronym doesn't really match. There's other words in it. That's why it's hard to remember. So anyway, this comet is, of course, no threat. But you know something? When something is a threat, it goes on a list called the Sentry List. And actually, every new object goes on the Sentry List for a period of time until they can figure out its orbit. So they, they say that it may be a threat until we can determine its orbit, and then they determine if it is or not. And so all new objects, those 139 Kuiper Belt objects, those are probably excused from the list because they're found moving in regular orbits out in the Kuiper Belt. And those are those 139 new objects that they found out there. And that was found with the Dark Energy Telescope, it's called. It was really cool. So, let's see what we got for Sky.
Oh, boy.
Well, guys, you know what? I tried. How long did we go? We actually got just over 30 minutes into the stream. It was totally clear. And I knew this was going to be short, guys. I knew it. But I just wanted to show you the comet. And we did. We got to see the comet. This is the shot before the clouds came in. This is a shot even earlier. You notice it's even better looking because we were able to see it far better because there's no clouds. And then this is a shot in white light. So this is just the straight through look with looking at no filter. And that's the comet right there. And you can see when we zoom in a little bit, you can see there seems to be a tail here, and there seems to be something going on here. We might see two tails of this comet, and they usually do have two tails. The first comet is the ion tail, and the ion tail is the one that is always straight away from the sun, caused by chemical interactions at the surface of the comet. And usually ionization of carbon atoms, because a comet is going to be full of carbon compounds, including carbon monoxide, cyanogen, cyanide, and as Daryl brought up a story on SkyTour Radio some months ago, Camille Flammarion had indeed stated stupidly that when Comet Halley came through, we might pass through its tail and thus die because the cyanide from the comet would filter into the atmosphere. What he didn't know, what no one knew at the time, was that the atmosphere of the comet, this gaseous area, is so low density, it has so few atoms per centimeter, for cubic centimeter, or cubic inch if you like, in this area, that it wouldn't be enough to poison you. All right, so Flammarion was incredibly wrong. And
he had egg on his face too for that.
Yeah.
Camille Flammarion was like the Carl Sagan of the late 19th and early 20th century, folks. He was probably the world's most famous astronomer, popularizer of astronomy back in the day, and as has been mentioned before, oh God, I'm having a brain lock again. The guy who wrote the Sherlock Holmes stories.
Yeah, every time you mention him, you forget his name.
Yeah, I know. It flew right out of my head. Jesus. He's the guy who wrote the Sherlock Holmes stories.
It'll come to you.
He took off on Flammarion's idea of the gas in the comet being poisonous, and he wrote a story about it, how it hit planet Earth, and it didn't kill everybody, but it looked like it killed a lot of people. Then they came to again late in the story.
Yep.
It was interesting at any rate.
Yep, that's right. And I think that was probably one of his really interesting stories, right? And you're talking, of course, about Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, but that's okay.
Oh, yes, thank you. Of course.
There we go. See, and Kathy also threw that in there. Good. Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you, Kathy.
Yeah.
Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
Yeah.
And by the way, Arthur Conan Doyle actually wrote a story called The Lost World, which I always thought, and I think he's generally credited with the original idea for the whole Jurassic Park series of movies.
Yeah, and there was actually one called Lost World,
Yep.
right? So
Yep.
really, really impressive stuff. Yeah, Doyle was a really prolific writer and had really good stories, And, right now everybody is sort of stuck in their house, which I really feel bad because, this is what we've got right now. We're going to give it a couple more minutes because I'm noticing that the trend that it's going this way now. So it could be coming from the north. So why don't we just leave this up for a moment and let's just see what we get here. The next photo, here is the photo bar. When that goes to the end, you'll see a new photo. So right about now, we'll see a photo. Here it comes. Okay, not really. Yeah, it's still coming directly from the west or so. This is the south, southwest, west, And of course, the north is clear. Hey, you know what? Maybe we can all move the observatory that way about, 30 miles, 50 miles? So, I don't know. So, we are waiting, yeah. Hello, Cleo. How you doing? Cleocatra. I like that. That's a cute name. Thanks for coming out, guys. I know that, the skies were clear before. We were looking at the comet. We might get a clear shot here in a moment. This is the comet from earlier, just a few minutes ago. I was able to take this picture. This is white light with no filter. And you can see it has a slightly different tinge of color. Not as much as you would expect, but you notice there's also a red banding in here. We're looking at it through some light clouds that were there at the time. Then this photo was taken through a different filter, the slightly wider narrowband filter, and you can clearly see it's a little more green. This was taken through the really slim narrowband filter, the very, very tight wide narrowband, so that we're looking at very specific, only 4 wavelengths across the spectrum, 4 little slots basically. And that you can see the comet shows up this way as well, but not nearly as good as this one and this one. This is the white light shot. The white light shot looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I'm very impressed with the white light shot for now. And do we have a chance to take another shot? Well, I don't know, Daryl. We're right about here. Maybe one more. We'll just wait another iteration with the camera. When that camera bar gets there, let's see if we end up with a spot here that's free. And if it is, we'll take a shot.
Fingers crossed.
Hey, let's go for it, shall we? We'll just try it out and see what we get. And we are going to be using filter number 2. We're going to do a minute at 20,000. Here we go. Ta-da. Off and running. Yeah. So this, oh, hey, Karen Belmont's here. This sky camera here, this one that shows us the all sky, we are going to be using this out in Arizona. It's actually meant for use at the new observatory, SkyTour LiveStream West. And then I'll get a second one for East once again, and we'll be able to have both of these observatories running at the same time. And we're looking right there, so maybe we'll get lucky. See, there's the Big Dipper's bowl right there again. Tail of the Big Dipper, bowl, North Star, and we're looking here. So we're looking at a gap.
Yeah, hopefully that's not a sucker hole.
Yeah. Oh, well, it was a good try anyway. There's enough clouds there that are we're not able to really see it. And we do have a full moon out too. And I guess I could just go look at the moon, right? But it's a full moon, so it's not too exciting. there's no contrast. You know, we don't often, astronomers hate the moon because, you know, we know that without the moon, life still could have arisen here. We didn't need the moon to live. It's true. We did not. You know, one of the things that's interesting about the moon is that it is a lot further away than it used to be. And it's spiraling slowly away from us. And it's about 13% bigger right now. It is the supermoon. So this is essentially the supermoon. And it looks like it's just, I think it's just past full now. I think it was full the other night. Wasn't it there like 2 nights ago, last night?
It was full at 8:35 Mountain Time last night.
Okay, so it's just a little bit past full. And you can kind of see that it's starting to get diminished over here a little bit. Yeah. But it's also, if we go to our night view, our sky view, the moon, right, is right down here in this glow. And it's under the clouds, so the views are not going to be very good of the moon either. And because it's a full moon, okay, the problem with the full moon is that there are no shadows to see any contrast except near the extreme edge, and for that you really need to have a good clear night with a full moon and a very easy, you know, very nice sky, good sky, and we don't have that tonight. So, you know, I guess we're sort of stuck, guys. I was trying to show you the cool comet, and we did get to see it a little bit. You know, we saw a neat view of the comet. Okay, that's a really terrible view. This is what it looked like before the clouds. Actually, there were some clouds here as well. But if we look, this is the white light view, as I said, and then this is the filtered view. Really, really pretty nice. You know, in that region, you can see the tails of the comet. That the tail is actually really distended, and you can see a distinct one that goes this way, and you see some going this way. Very nice. I can't wait to see this thing on the next clear night. And I promise you, we're going to come back and we will go on the next clear night. We'll take this thing for another spin, get a good view of this comet, and get some good photos. Then I'll put them up there for you guys to see, of course, because I very much like to show you that, you know. But right now, I'm afraid that we don't have a very good night to show you anything. I tried to show you this comet. But hey, you know what? Before we close up, if anyone has any questions, let me know here in the chat. Be happy to answer them, or at least make the attempt to answer them.
I have a question.
What's your question, Daryl? Okay, let's call on Daryl.
It's not astronomy related, but while we're sitting here
okay,
waiting on the clouds, have you seen the John Wick movies?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
John Wick 2 in particular?
Yes, I did. I don't remember. I can't think of what you might ask me that for. I mean, you must have a reason.
Well, it was on last night. I've seen it before, but, you know, I was up all night again because I couldn't sleep. And so I watched it, and I learned all over again what the name of the bad guy was in the movie John Wick 2.
Okay, and the name was?
D'Antonio.
Come on.
No, it was spelled just like your name. They pronounced it D'Antonio, but...
well, that's how
yeah.
I really pronounce my name.
Uh-huh, D'Antonio. That was the bad guy's name. That was the guy who put out the hit on John Wick.
You know, yeah, but yeah, I don't want to be that guy because John Wick kind of takes him out in the end, doesn't he?
Yeah. Hey, the duck fat makes all the difference.
That's funny. Wow.
That was the last thing he said before John Wick shot him.
Wow. That's impressive. Impressive. Most impressive.
Yep.
Yeah, really cool.
Anyway, I just had to get that in there somehow before the stream ends.
Oh, that's fine. I think that's cool. Let's go see what the sky looks like. Ta-da. Ooh. Yeah. Now, you know what? These look like cirrus clouds, okay? But remember, this is a time lapse, so these might be like nighttime cumulus type clouds. And they get dragged out, and they look like this. Usually when they're patches like this, they are that kind of cloud. So that gives me, hope that there might be a nice sky to come, but I think that being that it's going to rain tomorrow here, I suspect we're going to be seeing a lot more clouds. But I'm trying. Hey, Genghis. Yeah. Genghis is here.
Hey, Genghis.
Yeah, Daryl and I are just presiding over a cloudy sky at the moment. Yeah.
Mark, while we're waiting still, if you wanted, earlier you showed a diagram of the sky. I'm not sure if it was stellarium or something else, but it showed where the comet was in the sky, and it was moving from Ursa Major over to the next constellation over.
Yes.
Do you remember what that was? Could you possibly put that up?
I probably could. Let me go do that, because that's actually kind of cool. Is it this guy? You're talking about this screen. And I just have to...
right there, yeah.
All right. So let me share this. They can't see that yet, though.
Oh, okay.
I have to bring that up. Let me see if I can bring it up.
Get a little astronomy lesson tonight, folks.
There we go. All right. There we are, folks. So...
okay, you see where the comet is, and it has moved away from over the bowl of the Big Dipper.
Which is over here.
Uh-huh. And if you look to the constellation just immediately to the right of where the comet is, that is Camelopardalis.
Yep.
Camelopardalis, actually, they call it. You have to put on your thinking cap and visualize, but...
Just a sec. I'm trying to make it larger.
Okay.
There. That's better. There's Camelopardalis right there. Let me zoom in.
Well, do we still have the stick figure?
Of Camelopardalis?
Yeah.
Well, it's here.
Yeah, okay. If you look at that, folks, that is a giraffe, and presently it's standing on its head. That was its back leg. That's its back leg right there.
This is his head up here.
And there's his neck, and there's his head right there.
Right.
There's his neck.
Yeah. And, this is Atlas the way it is now. And I find, okay, if we look over here now, okay, now we can see this is Ursa Major over here. This is the Great Bear. All right. And this is Alpha Ursa Majoris. Okay, here's the Big Dipper right here. Here's the bowl of the Big Dipper right here. The two end stars in the bowl point all the way up here to this star, Alpha Ursa Minoris, and that's the North Star. And if you were to do that line, look at that, wherever you look, wherever you draw that line, okay, you have to look to the right of that line, however it is in the sky, and that'll show you where the comet's supposed to be. And you go about the length of the Big Dipper itself, so maybe a little bit more. So you go about halfway between and go about the length of the Big Dipper, and that's where you would look with your binoculars to look for that fuzzy spot that is Comet Atlas Y4. Also known as C2019 Y4, was discovered in 2019. So there it is, and that's Atlas there, and this is kind of a nice little interactive feature. And this is the skylive.com, by the way, if you ever want to go check it out yourself. And skylive.com gives us some really neat views. So there we go. And I think that that said, I would like to go see if we have any hope for any more photos tonight of the sky. Wouldn't you like to see those too? I would. I think I would like to see that. All right,
sure.
So, yeah. Okay, so let's go first look at our... Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Well, we tried, right? We tried. I mean, we see the tail of the Big Dipper right here. We can see the bowl of the Big Dipper right here. And we're supposed to be looking right about here.
Bummer.
I hope you folks aren't mad at me. Sorry. We tried, and we did get some good shots. This is the white light shot, like I said. This is the filtered narrow band number 2. It's a wider narrow band view. This is an ultra narrow band. So this is actually 3 different views, filtered views that are reasonably okay. This is what it'll look like in your binoculars. But anyway, I am going to have to close the observatory, I think. But I did want to thank you guys for coming out. I know that you took a chance, I took a chance, and I was hoping we would actually see the comet a little better than we do. But unfortunately, the sky is not cooperating, and I apologize for that. What can I say? I apologize. I still have my homemade sanitizer, and I'm making more. And I still try to keep things going for you guys. I'm still working on the observatory in Arizona, as I said. Getting everybody on board. We're going to have a company that installs garage doors go out there and install garage door rails, the metal rails, on top of the wooden tracks that we create out there that will carry the roof off the building. And then we're going to use a regular garage door opener that I can run all the way from here to open it up, and I can control the telescope from here in the same way that I control it from here out there. It doesn't matter if it's 3,000 miles away. I can do it just like I'm doing this one here. It's just I can't go out there and look at it and say, "Are you going to be all right tonight, Telly?" I'll have to trust that the cameras, because I'm going to have way more than just like the one camera here. I'm going to have several. I'm going to have the night sky camera, of course, the camera that looks up into the sky, like this one here, and that's going to tell me a lot. Oh, it's getting worse. And then I'm going to have a camera like this one over here, okay, and there'll be another camera inside that's monitoring the inside of the observatory. So there'll probably be about 4 different cameras, although right now, you ready for this? Right now out there's 24 cameras already operational out there, looking at various different locations. So, and the property belongs to a scientist who used to work at Lawrence Livermore Laboratory, so you can imagine that he's pretty up on these things. And he's giving me use of 5 acres of his land, and it's really nice. So we'll have 300 clear nights a year out there, and I can tell you that right now it's clear out there over the pad, which has no telescope or building on it yet. I'm flying out there in June to build the building and get the roll-off roof situated. And then the next step is to get the telescope installed, because the pier is going to be made at the same time out there. So it's coming along. I wanted to have it open April 30th, but the coronavirus had other plans. So it stalled everything. But no biggie. In any case, you guys, you have a good night. I'm sorry that we're closing down tonight. I would have gone for a few hours here if I could have. But we didn't have the opportunity with the clouds. Daryl, do you have anything you want to say before we have to close up?
I will just say thanks for coming, everybody, and see you next time, hopefully.
Yeah. I'm glad that I'm glad you're here. David Schmidt's here, and Kimmy's shown up, and Richie Jr. Thank you. Richie's new. He actually joined us of late, which is very nice. And some of the others have too as well. Trish is here. Yeah. So you guys, you have a good night, and we'll do this again on the next clear night. I promise, because Comet Atlas Y4 is not getting away from us. And don't forget, we saw the comet fragmenting on the last live stream. We actually saw the comet fragmenting, and now astronomers are saying, "Yep, the comet's fragmenting." And we all can say, all of you and and me can say, yeah, well, we knew that. Right? Because you guys saw it.
Yep.
Well, right here on SkyTour LiveStream. Anyway, in the same way that we caught the meteor hitting the moon on the lunar eclipse in January, we also caught the comet fragmenting here, which is wonderful. So you guys have a good you guys have a good evening, and I will talk to you on the other side of this, weather. All right. So we'll see you later, and good night, everybody. Thank you all for coming.
Good night, all. Take care.